Welcome, everyone, to the Sahaja Yoga Meditation. Today we are going to start with an introduction on the subtle system and an overview of Sahaja Yoga by the founder, Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. We will then meditate together following a self-realization exercise. In Sanskrit, Sahaja means born with, and Yoga means union. Sahaja Yoga thus means a spontaneous union between the individual and the all-pervading power. In the philosophy of yoga, beyond our physical and emotional beings, there is a subtle being, as illustrated by the figure. The subtle system has 3 channels and 7 centers, corresponding to the central nervous system in a human being. In most people, the subtle system is in a dormant state, and it can be activated through the Kundalini awakening. Kundalini resides in the sacrum bone in the base of the spine. During self-realization, Kundalini rises along the center channel, nourishes and activates the energy centers, or chakras in Sanskrit. Yoga is taking place when Kundalini reaches the top of the head, and it gives the individual the state of meditation, in which one has full awareness of everything around, but there is no thought. The lady in the photograph is Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation. The unique part of the teaching of Sri Mataji is that it starts with the experience of self-realization. Thus, it is an actualization of this wisdom depicted in all scriptures. As one cannot pay for the heart to beat, one cannot pay for self-realization and meditation. It is within you, and it is priceless. The only thing needed to achieve self-realization is your desire, as it cannot be forced as well. Now we are going to listen to a short talk by Sri Mataji on Sahaja Yoga Meditation.
It has been said practically in all the scriptures that you have to seek yourself. You have to find yourself. Though I think many of the scriptures have been a little bit changed and have been used for certain purposes, still they could not get over this point that you have to become the self. You have to be born again. But that is not an artificial thing. We are human beings, not artificially made. We are made really by some sort of a living force from amoeba. We are not just made with some sort of a thinking or a mental projection. It is not a mental projection by which we have been human beings. It is something spontaneously happening, a living force within us, which has brought us to this stage, with a purpose, with a meaning. And now, at this stage, we are free to do what we like. Many people ask me, what was the need to give this freedom to human beings? It was very necessary. If you have to have the ultimate freedom, you must know how to deal with it. You have to understand. Of course, human beings have to make mistakes. To err is human. And we have to understand that this trial, error and trial and error business has made us understand. Also, those who have not understood must understand that there must be a wiser, a surer way to achieve that goal of self-realization, of self-knowledge. Self-knowledge we do not have. We must admit very humbly. We have had no system by which we could know ourselves. But think of a computer that is a human being. As soon as you see me, you know I am there. You don't have to go for programming. You don't have to consult anything. You don't have to use any kind of computer or some sort of a complicated machinery. Automatically, spontaneously, in a split of a second, you know that I'm standing before you and talking. Such a computer we cannot create. But the divine has created such a great computer, and that is the human being. And this human being is the only one who is going to achieve that higher state, which we call as the spiritual state of the self. Because in the science, they deal with the tree, I should say the outside, but they cannot go into the roots. To go into the roots, you have to become a subtler being. Unless and until you become a subtler being, you cannot go into your roots to find out what are your roots are. And that is what is self-realization. When you become subtler, then only you can go into your being and can find out what actually you are. Also, to look after a tree which has not known its roots is a very difficult thing. What happens is that when you do not know your roots and you start growing and growing and growing, you go very deep down into that, where you find that you have lost your way. Actually, you are not going deeper. You are spreading outside more and more. And then once you start going to extremes because of your freedom, you lose your way. That's how today everybody is saying a shock is going to come. We are all going to face a shock. This is going to happen, that is going to happen. But actually it is absolutely in your hands, because the whole of the cosmos is within you. The cosmos is working under your control, complete. It is absolutely looking after you. Every element is looking after you to preserve you, to guide you, to take you to the right thinking. But in your freedom, you have to achieve that. This is a very big condition, and there where we feel to understand. Even there are many who say there is nothing like divine, and there is nothing like God. In Russia, I've been, and I've been to China, and all the communist countries, and they are, in a way, partially justified. Because what they found, those people who talk of God, those who say that we believe in God, and those who say that we believe in religion, can be irreligious. Anybody who can call himself a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Parsi, anything, is capable of anything. Whatever he wants to do, he can do. Nobody can say that because he was a Christian, he could not. So the whole concept of religion becomes a mental projection again, an artificial thing. But if a person is a self-realized person, he goes beyond temptations, beyond any kind of domination of any habits. He becomes a very strong person, very powerful person, and extremely compassionate. His compassion is active. It's not a compassion that I formed a charitable institution which lends money to people. It's not like that. The being itself emits compassion, and this compassion acts and works out. For example, you become like a light which gives light to people and to yourself. You know others and you know yourself. That is the light of the truth. And unless and until that happens, one should not say that I'm a self-realized soul or I'm a twice born. Is artificial. So what you have to understand that we are living in a relative world We talk relatively. We have to be in the absolute world, where the truth is absolute. Where now, before you I'm standing, you know very well that I'm wearing a sari which is white. But it's a relative still, because somebody will say, oh, maybe it's white, somebody will say it's off white, somebody will say like that. Still, you know something, but to know it absolutely, meticulously, the right thing, you have to be the spirit. But what you know is much more than these eyes can see or this nose can smell. It's much more explicit, much more clear cut. Like a person who is suffering, say from some disease, a child who is suffering from some disease, and they don't know what the disease is. So they have to go through many various kinds of tests. And for that, if the gentleman, the father or the mother, they have to pay a lot of money. They go on finding about the child, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. They cannot find it, what's wrong with the child. And are so upset about it. And within 3 days, the child dies and still the diagnosis has not come. It's a very common. But when you are a self-realized soul, you can know what's wrong with the child. Exactly, you can put down your finger on the problem that he has. Now, how does it happen? He has already told you about the chakras that we have, the centers within us. These are the centers which on one side control the cosmos, on the other side control us, give knowledge, and on the other side they give us the knowledge about others. These centers are within us. Now, when I'm telling you all this, you have to have an open mind of a scientist. You shouldn't just deny it because in your concept it doesn't fit you. But like a scientist, please see to it that if it is proved, you have to accept that this is so. Now, these chakras are within you, these centers are within you. And these centers communicate to you through your fingertips what's the matter with the child. You can feel it on your fingertips. Now 5, 6 and 7 centers, right side, 7 centers. The right side has got these 7 centers. If they are decoded properly, and if you know what is the decoding is, putting the hand towards the child for a realized soul, it is very easy to see where is the problem. And as soon as he finds the problem and he knows how to cure it, he can cure people without going to doctors.
So the Sahaja Yoga meditation is knowledge about the roots. And by awakening the Kundalini, by activating the subtle system, we gain a new awareness. And also we gain a new understanding about the truth. So next, we are going to go through the self-realization exercise, again guided by Sri Mataji. And then we will naturally go into a meditation.
So, both hands have to be like this to begin with. This is because, as I told you, these are all sympathetic centers which are to be enlightened, first of all, so the information goes to the Kundalini that the Kundalini is to be awakened. This is first thing we have to do. Now, secondly, we have to facilitate the movement of the Kundalini even if she's awakened. And for that, I will tell you how to put your hand into various centers, to the various centers, so that you can yourself facilitate. I would like one of you to get up and show this better. Yeah. Now, Dr. Spiro will show you also, and I will also, that first you have to put your hand to your heart, where resides. Now, left hand towards me and right hand on the heart. Left hand towards me. Now, to your heart, and here resides the spirit. We work only on the left hand side because that is the side of our desire, and put the left hand like this, symbolically meaning that this is the power of desire and we want to have our self realization, expression of that. Now, the second chakra is on the upper part of your abdomen, on the left hand side. This is the center of your mastery, by which the mastery over this power of love or divine vibrations you achieve and manifest through your being. It just starts working like through our eyes we can see the light. In the same way, once you become the master, you can feel, you can know everything about yourself and about others. Then you have to take down your right hand to the lower part of your abdomen. This is the one which is working out our pure knowledge, knowledge which is absolute and pure. This center is very important, and by some unauthorized people, if some people have tampered it, we have to nourish it by putting our right hand towards it. Then again we go back into the upper part of the abdomen. Then we go back to our heart. Now here we go back to the left hand side of our neck. Here, like this, from front. Many people try this side. No, you have to try from front and then turn your head to your right, like this. Now this center catches when we feel guilty. And now I find it's quite a lot catching in this audience. So please, for the sake of your self-realization, forgive yourself, forgive yourself, forgive yourself. Now, please now stretch your hand like this and put it on top of your forehead. This is the center of forgiveness here, and press it on both the sides like this. Now you have to take this hand on the back, rest your head on that, put the head up, and then you have to take out your hand again and stretch it like this, fully stretched. The center of your palm is to be placed on top of the fontanelle bone area. You might bend your head a little, would be better. Just there, which was a soft bone in your childhood. And you have to press your scalp and move it about 7 times slowly in a clockwise manner. That's all we have to do. But we must press it hard, and the fingers must be pushed back nicely so that we can press our palm nicely. All right. That's all is to be done. It's very simple. Now we have to close our eyes. Please don't open your eyes till I tell you, because the attention will be attracted inside. And please, you can take out your glasses. The other day, one lady uh, was quite blind, I think, and she started seeing with this. I don't know, things happen like that. So I would request you to take out your glasses. It helps you. And you keep your eyes shut till I tell you, please don't open your eyes. It is how you are going to help yourself, and also you will know how to all the time raise your kundalini. It's a very simple method which I'm telling you. Now, please put your left hand towards me like this, and right hand on your heart. Left hand towards me and right hand on your heart. Here, now close your eyes. In the heart resides the spirit. So please ask me question within yourself, a very fundamental question. You can call me Shri Mataji or Mother, whatever you like. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question. Mother, am I the spirit? Is a very fundamental question you have to ask. Ask this question 3 times. Now, if you are the spirit, you are also your guide and master. So please put your right hand in the upper part of your abdomen on the left hand side, on your stomach on the left hand side, and press it hard and ask a question here 3 times again. Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question in your heart. Now, we move our right hand, move it down into the lower part of our abdomen on the left hand side. Now, here, please keep your eyes shut. Please keep your eyes shut and don't move too much. Here, you have to know that I respect your freedom and I cannot force you to have the pure knowledge. You have to say that you want it. So here you please say, Mother, please give me pure knowledge 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. So please say 6 times, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. With this asking, the Kundalini starts rising because she knows you want it. Now, to facilitate her movement, we go back to the higher chakra and take our hand to the upper part of the abdomen on the left hand side and press it hard. Now, with full confidence, we have to say 10 times, Mother, I am my own master. Say it with full confidence so the Kundalini will rise. Mother, I am my own master. Please say it 10 times. This will correct your spiritual domination if somebody has dominated you spiritually, in the sense that they have misguided you spiritually. I am my own master. Now, raise your right hand to the heart. Here resides the spirit. So, with full confidence, say 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. Have confidence in yourself. We have to know that the divine is the ocean of love and compassion. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. And we cannot commit any mistakes which the divine cannot forgive. So please forgive yourself. Forgive yourself fully. And raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and turn your head to the right. And here, with full confidence, you say 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say, very important. And as I said, if you still feel guilty, you can punish yourself by saying it 108 times. You have to be pleasantly placed towards yourself because you are going to enter into the kingdom of God. You have to love yourself and respect yourself. 16 times, please say. It's very bad. It's true. Now, raise your hand and put it on your forehead across. Put it on your forehead across. This is the center of forgiveness. So please, here you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone from your heart. You might say it is difficult, but it is a myth. Whether you forgive or you do not forgive, you do not do anything. But if you do not forgive, then you play into wrong hands. So to get over all the loads, you just say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. It's not important how many times. Press it on both the sides, please. Now, take back your hand and put your hand on the back of your head and place your head on that. Move your head upward. Now, here, for your own satisfaction only, without counting any mistakes or guilt, you can say, Oh Divine, if I have made any mistakes, please forgive me for your own satisfaction. Don't feel guilty about it. In a very pleasant manner. Now, stretch your hand fully. Push back your fingers and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area. And now start moving it very slowly clockwise, the scalp. Press it hard, push back your fingers 7 times. At this point, I must say that I cannot force again the self realization upon you. I respect your freedom. You have to ask for it. So please say 7 times, Mother, please give me my realization. Give me my self realization. Or may I have my self realization. Now please take down your hands. Please open your eyes very slowly. Now watch me without thinking. Let's see if you can do it without thinking. Just watch me without thinking. Please put your right hand towards me. Right hand towards me like this. And the left hand above your head, and bend your head and try to see if you are feeling any cool breeze from here. Bend your head, bend it. Little higher. Some people get it very high. Very high they get it, some of them. Move it. Hand. Now, put the left hand towards me. Like this. Again, bend your head and see if you are getting a cool breeze in your head. Now, put your right hand towards me. Again, bend your head and see for yourself again. If there's a cool breeze. Now, raise both your hands towards the sky and push back your head and ask a question 3 times. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Mother, is this the Brahma Shakti? Mother, is this the all-pervading power of God's love? Just ask the question. Now put down your hands. Now please put your hands like this. You'll feel very relaxed and peaceful. In the hands also you'll feel little cool breeze coming. Some people might feel in one hand, might feel in another hand. Some of them do feel that way. All those who are feeling the cool breeze on top of their heads or on their fingertips, please raise both your hands, both hands to be raised, those who are feeling it. Just imagine. Most of them have felt it. Imagine. Hardly very few haven't felt. It's very easy for them also to feel it, and if they want, they can come up to the stage and people can look after them. They can feel it today. They should. And they will work out their Kundalini. Maybe little help is needed. And it's very kind of you, all of you, to have received your realization. I bow to all of you. I bow to all of you and I beg of you as a mother that please look after your self-realization. Do not waste it. Those who haven't got it should not feel in any way disturbed or upset. It's very simple. Maybe a little time was needed, more or whatever it is. I would request them to come on the stage for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and they might get their realization very well. May God bless you. Also, if you want to come and meet me, you can come on the stage.
We can again place both our hands on the lap and close our eyes. We can place our attention to the top of the head where our hand was. We can move both our arms towards the torso, so automatically we will sit with our back straight. We can relax our shoulders, relax our neck, relax our back and chest, and just sit very comfortably with our attention on the top of the head. Now we can see if there may be a cool air blowing in the center of our palm. Now we can put our right hand about 10 centimeters above the top of the head. And we can see if there is a cooled air blowing in the center of our palm, on top of our head. And put down our right hand and try with the left hand. So again, we can place the left hand about 10 centimeters above the top of the head. You can see if there may be a very gentle air swirling in the center of the left palm, or on the top of the head. You can put down the left hand and try again with the right hand. And we can again put down the right hand and try with the left hand. Now we can put both our hands back. Place our attention on the top of the head. We can slowly open our eyes. So we hope everyone has a good meditation and feel very calm and relaxed inside. To continue with the meditation, it is very simple. We recommend that you can meditate twice daily. One is after waking up, and the other is before going to bed. It is very simple. You just find a quiet place, put both your hands on the lap, and bring your attention to the top of the head and sit in silence for a few minutes. It might also be helpful to listening to the self-realization video again, as it is shown earlier, and feel free to repeatedly listening to it during meditation. It will help to nourish your subtle system as well. So thank you everyone for coming to the program. And we hope you have a nice experience meditating. And see you next time. Until then, please enjoy your meditation at home at your own time. Thank you and goodbye.